everybody. Welcome to Cousins, plural, all in. We're happy to be here. Anthony, give us an intro. UFC's back. People are fired up. Give us an intro.
UFC is back. Big 309 this weekend. We got that coming up. But first, like, share, subscribe. Ring the bell, Cuzzy.
Emphasize the subscribe. Bell. We're at 26,000, I think, subs.
Yeah, listen, I think we only get more subscribers if you simply take 1 second out to scroll up to the top and ring the bell for us.
Tell them, Jay. Tell them.
Ring that bell.
All right, we're going to kick off with NCAA football. And I'm going to start off the show with giving a pick immediately within 2 minutes of the show starting. There's a game I was talking. We got Danny the Bones off camera. He's going to be our stats guru. Danny, tell him the game that is just weird to me.
Yeah, there's a couple that are really weird, but I mean, I can't. Why are certain teams barely laying any points? It's BYU and Kansas this weekend.
BYU is -3.
Yeah.
Again, at home. Against Kansas.
Who's not even 500.
Give me Kansas +3. I like it. Lock it in. There's my first pick of the show.
Wow.
Listen,
that's big.
BYU's undefeated, slated to get a bye in the CFP playoff. You're going to tell me that they're only -3 at home? I love
Shout
traps.
out to BYU. I had them live the other night on that comeback sneaker.
I'm locking that in right now. I'm going to add that to my NFL parlay. I know that's crazy, but I'm doing it. We're taking Kansas +3 on there, and boom, it's locked in. All right.
Jayhawks football.
Do you have any feelings on that? Come on.
Uh-oh.
Me?
You have feelings on the game?
That's Jayhawks football. I mean, listen, I got to say, that team is maybe one of the most disappointing teams of the college football season.
They were supposed to be better, right,
They
Danny?
have some real talent.
A lot of people have a dark horse to win the Big 12, and their offense was inconsistent early on with Daniels at quarterback, was injured last year. And they were a dark horse, and they're coming off a big win over Iowa State where they hung a 50-plus burger.
50 burger.
Yeah.
Maybe they found their offense.
I got to tell you what, people thought Iowa State was the truth before that. This Kansas team might be playing with some confidence. I kind of like it.
I'm on the +3. You don't have to take it.
No, I'm not going to take it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable.
I'm not going to take it just because, honestly, it's going to be one of those games where I probably won't even tune in.
I'll be watching it. It's a night game on Saturday. I'll be watching for sure. Jay, you got anything there?
I was gonna.
Based on what you heard, do you have any feelings? I know you don't watch football.
So no, I like.
You like NFL?
Nothing but college, guys. I'm gonna be honest. I follow you.
You sound so spiritual when you say, guys. You know what? He might take it. I don't know. All right,
I'm gonna tail.
Okay, he's tailing.
Yeah, I'm tailing that.
We're gonna
just because you sound so a 2-minute bet. That's nuts.
I've
never heard you say
the line
that.
is
Okay.
It's provolone.
If it smells like provolone,
leave it alone.
Leave it alone, and that's why I say
that.
BYU. Leave it alone. All right, next game we're going to talk about is Hawaii.
4-6, -2 at Utah State.
Can someone tell me why we're discussing this game?
Yeah, the Aggies have been hideous at
I didn't
2
even
and
look
7.
into this game.
Yeah, Hawaii is going for a bowl game. The head coach is Timmy Chang, longtime quarterback for them when June Jones was the coach. And Hawaii's been playing much better. Close games the last few weeks against solid competition, and they have 2 winnable games coming up. And they're only laying 2 on the road. You know, it's not a lock by any means, but Hawaii, as of late, has been a thorn in the side for Mountain West teams. So, in Utah State, near the bottom of the conference right now. So this is a little lean for Hawaii, but I think certainly they have good karma these last few weeks. And it's a low number.
Danny's playing for the Danny's betting on the Bulls.
I believe you, man. Every time you talk, I'm like, he knows.
He knows. All right, next one. I don't have a pick there. I'm sorry, guys. That's 2 teams. I'm not staying up that late to watch a Hawaii game typically, but they are.
I would rather watch grass grow than that game.
No. I'd rather watch that game. I'm a football junkie. But all right, next one. Number 21, South Carolina is at Mizzou, Mizzou was top 10 for a lot of the year, and they melted. South Carolina's -12.5 on the road.
Yeah, and they've been very dominant. No, it's a home game for Cocky.
Okay, thank you. I thought I read
South
that
Carolina.
wrong. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. 8-2. South Carolina is at home when favored. You ready for this? Between 11 and 13 points. 6 straight covers with that number, just under 2 touchdowns, and they've been white hot. They're one of the teams in the SEC you don't want to play right now. Missouri's been a little shaky. They did get by Oklahoma.
So real quick, I just want to go over what I heard.
Yeah.
If South Carolina, when they're favored between 11 and 13,
At home.
has covered at home has covered 6 straight times.
Correct.
Wow.
And 8 of 10.
And 8 of the last 10.
Yeah.
And honestly, they're maybe the hottest team in the SEC
Correct.
right now.
Yep. They're right there.
Hard to dispute that.
That's a lot of points, though, to play
It
an
is.
SEC team.
You don't even need to say anything else. That's enough stats right there. The bones. All right, next game. We're gonna call it the main slate because it's some big games. Tennessee at Georgia. Georgia's right now not in the playoff. How does that make you feel, Anthony?
In what regard?
Like, do you think that they deserve to be knocked out?
I mean, I think that they are going to have to take the number 7 team in the country, who's getting 10, by the way.
Crazy.
And pound them off the field in convincing fashion to set themselves up to make a playoff run.
To me,
But 10 points to the number 7 seed is absolutely crazy and kind of makes me feel like they might just come out there and blow them away.
my gut tells me I like Georgia here, but what I'd like to see is Tennessee to score first and then to be able to get Georgia minus, if Tennessee scores up 7-0, you should be able to catch 5-6 points off that line.
I'm going to look for line movement personally in this game. I think this game has a ton to do with the way that the public is going to bet.
If the public is a majority on Tennessee, I will bet Georgia.
Yeah, right. I'm going to be looking for that. I'll let you guys know.
Any stats on that?
Yeah, Georgia has dominated Tennessee. Oddly enough, they've won and covered 7 straight in this series with all their wins by 14-plus points. And Tennessee, you ready for this? Against the spread in road November games as an underdog, they're 2-8 in their last 10 against the spread.
Man.
So they have struggled. Ironically,
Makes
of course,
me just want to blow the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, the only
Two hands with eye contact.
I know. The only downside.
When he
Poor mascot.
Listen, a 12 versus a 7,
It is,
you
it's
should
weird.
never see 10 points.
Yeah, the only odd thing is Georgia 104th at running the football and 100 in bottom 10 in the country in sacks allowed. Tennessee's strength is their D-line. So
something's
got to give
right.
here, but you mentioned it should be interesting. 10 points.
Next game, Boston College is at SMU. SMU, just absolutely destroyed their opponent last week.
Yeah.
And Danny, you did call that one pretty clear. You were very confident about it. Do you have any picks in this game, or give me some stats about it?
So,
you're not giving picks. You're here to give stats and facts.
Exactly. I am the stats man. 21-9 is SMU against the spread as home favorites in their last 30 games. And also from this past weekend, Boston College's quarterback, one of the few in the FBS, under 6 feet tall, Thomas Castellanos.
Short Kings.
He's my guy.
Yes,
Shout out Short Kings.
Castellanos.
That's the good news. He's a short king. The bad news, he's walked away from the program. He was dinged up, got benched at quarterback. So that line from Sunday afternoon, with Bill O'Brien as
He's
the head
been
coach.
playing for 2 or 3 years there as
and
the
he's
starter.
been pretty solid
What's
overall.
the line in this game?
Yeah, it moved from basically 2 touchdowns to now 17 because of that quarterback movement.
Wow.
So, and of course, these two played in the bowl game last year. SMU actually lost pretty heavily in the Fenway Bowl in an early kickoff. Not that
Now, does
SMU's
that mean that Castellanos gets to come back as a transfer next year?
Yes.
That'll be TBD, but there's a
Yes, he can go anywhere he
Yeah.
wants.
That's the world we
Man,
live
that
in.
makes
but-
me happy.
But SMU, of course, a lot of people are still talking about Miami, of course, and still the favorite of the ACC. But SMU has been dominating as of late,
Yeah, I'd like to see Miami get their teeth punched
and it's
in.
looking like they're going to match up.
By the way,
Miami
I
and
told
SMU.
you guys last week, the Canes football fans, bums, you got beat by Tech, by the way, just so you guys know.
Georgia
I want you
Tech.
to listen closely. You got beat by Tech.
The Hornets.
Hey, in case you missed it, they got beat by Tech.
Yeah, it was about time, though.
I was so excited when I seen that strip sack fumbled on the game. I was doing cartwheels in my living room.
That was
Can you do a cartwheel?
Not really.
I want to see that.
I could do a cartwheel.
We're looking at Miami SMU first Saturday of December. Miami has that tiebreaker over Clemson because Miami beat Louisville. Clemson lost to Louisville. So we should get SMU
my
Miami.
God.
Winner in the playoff, loser go home. So the Ponies,
SMU's a fun long shot, I'll tell you that.
yes, they are.
All right, next one, 22 LSU. They're -4 against Florida. LSU season is essentially, lack of a better word, is over.
Yeah.
They got 3 losses. They have no chance at the college football playoff. I do like the team. I do think they're better than what their record shows, but man, what a weird line. I'm not taking anything here,
Yeah.
but man, weird. Do you have any?
Florida is piss poor. This line is just, you want to talk about provolone?
Are there people sitting out?
Well, we'll be getting that throughout, these last couple of weeks. But Florida's down to their third-string quarterback. LSU, we believe, majority of their team's going to be playing in this game, though we didn't see it really much against Bama last week. But Florida's lost 5 straight to LSU, 0-4-1 against the spread in those matchups. And Brian Kelly entering the season, I know he's lost a few times off a bye week. It doesn't help to play Alabama off a bye week. But entering the year, Brian Kelly off a bye week was 40-24 against the spread off a loss, which they're coming off. So, I know they're on the road at the Swamp.
The
Gators,
line is 4.
Yeah, it's 4 points.
I'll tell you this.
Florida's the most disappointing team in the SEC.
Yeah,
They're horrible.
make a strong case.
Be careful, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
There's some ladies that watch the show.
Yeah.
Just don't take LSU because you think they're going to win, because
you never know with that.
You never know, because I think there might be some people sitting out, because that Vegas knows something.
Something's off. 4 points. Florida has not looked good.
I'm no statistician,
once.
but that's just weird.
Right.
All right. Time for UFC, Daddy. The UFC GOAT, the best, the creme de la creme. It's your dad's worst enemy. It's Jerdani. He's here. He's about to be your dad, stepdad. All I know is this guy's on fire with UFC picks. I will put my friend up against anybody with UFC picks in the country. Actually, make that the world, and I'll feel confident standing behind my man. And if you beat him, maybe you'll get a Young LA gift package. I don't know.
Send you a box.
Yeah, I'll send you a box. But long story short, UFC is here. I'm gonna let Anthony and Jerdani kind of head this up. You'll hear my voice here and there, but I'm gonna let you two kind of ping pong, go over it, and handle it. Go ahead.
So the last couple weeks, I've been calling Cousin up. He's been hot. UFC 309, big card coming up. I call him up. I say, listen, cuz, tell me what you're looking at. Give me a little, give me a little love. Don't forget about your cuz. The first fight he mentioned tonight, he loves this guy.
Yeah.
This is Oban, correct?
Oban Elliott.
Oban Elliott. Talk to me about Oban, cuzzy.
First of all, I can't live up to that. That was crazy, that introduction. Thank you for that, Marco. But
when you get out of bed,
I'm nervous.
If you want to play that audio, when you get out of bed, I am.
All right, but first thing first, before I get into the UFC, we got to peep the fit.
Show him the
my
fit.
God, he's peeping fit.
You're welcome to show the Young LA fit. I got to tell you, he walked in with these jeans. I've never stared at a guy's ass in my life. I was like, I got to get a pair of those.
Yeah, those went hard. Those were like a remake of Little Dicky. Remember the Dickies?
Yeah.
I'm getting those.
So
those
Black,
I'm gonna wear them to
Black
work.
Friday's coming
they're
up.
nice.
It's big for us. If I win you some money, that'd be great. Maybe.
How about, cuz, do me another favor.
I'm rubbing his leg right now.
Talk to me about this wrist piece, too. That thing looks pretty fire.
So I have a jewelry brand called Regiment.
Yeah.
So for those who aren't getting RMs and APs, we have something very affordable that'll last you a lifetime. Waterproof, sweatproof, heatproof, and they are beautiful in class. Also coming out. My first watch I've ever.
I'm going to be rocking that all black one, by the way.
So not only is he the GOAT at UFC picks, he also does apparel and jewelry. And I got to tell you, you should see it when you're in this family of clothing and jewelry. The people love him, and he loves them back. And I want you to support him in every way possible.
Thank you.
Back to Oban
Elliott.
You love this guy?
I love this guy. So
what's the odds on this fight?
So I got him at a minus 165. The line has moved a lot. He's a minus 285 now. People are catching on. But the guy he's fighting, Basil Hafez, is no pushover, tough as they come. But Oban, I think he's like from Welsh, and his dad's like an OG gangster. Like anywhere he walks, people bring up his father. They shake his hand, and this dude is just as tough. He's got more heart. He's 5-0 in the UFC, set on a 7-fight win streak. He's 7-0 in his last 7.
So it was minus 165, and it's down to minus 285.
Correct,
Wow.
but that's going to be someone I put in a lot of parlays. So he's just one of my locks. And my friend's the manager of his opponent, and I was like, fuck your guy.
So look for that one in a par is what you're telling me.
Correct.
The next one, Hanota Denise.
So Hanota Denise is a plus 124. Now, I like him because he's a kickboxing champion.
He's plus 124.
He's an underdog.
I don't want to hear another person say that he doesn't take underdogs. Shut your mouth.
Little dog there, little dog.
He's a dog, you guys. And yeah, it's okay if you pick favorites if you're winning money always, So
Facts.
That's why they're favorites, right? I'm not here to lose you guys money, trying not to at least. But so Hanota Denise is a kickboxing world champion. They're both heavyweights. So if you get touched, you're going down. But the reason I'm picking him is because his opponent, Marcin Tybura, he's got a baby chin. He does not have a chin. When he gets touched, he gets dropped. But why Tybura is a favorite?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, the why he's a favorite is because he's a better wrestler. but not too drastically different. And I think Deniz will be able to stop what he's got. I think that's the one thing he's had to focus on, right? He knows he's the weaker wrestler. So what do you focus on in camp when you're the better striker? Probably your wrestling, I would hope.
Yeah.
You know, if he has a high enough fight IQ, that's where we're going with that.
Beautiful, beautiful. So plus 124, Hanota Deniz. Note that one. Next one, Damon Jackson.
Damon Jackson. Okay, so this fight is a little tricky and funny. He just got a hair transplant, by the way. It looks great. Good job, Damon.
Way to go, Damon.
He went to the guy like I want to go to one
Shout
day.
out hair transplants. Got one myself.
Yeah. I want to get one day too because I got to keep my flow. It's
I already told you.
Young LA.
I will go
come
with you.
Me. Yeah. So Damon Jackson is a dog. He never gives up. He never quits. And he's fighting Jim Miller. Now, Jim Miller is 41 years old. His last fight, he got starched. I mean, he got rocked by Bobby Green. And Jim Miller's a legend of the sport, but he's on the downfall. You shouldn't be fighting past 40. And
how old is this guy?
41. He was at you want to hear a fact about Jim Miller? He was at UFC 100. He fought at UFC 200. He also fought at UFC 300 where he got rocked.
And now he's just doing it again.
He's just doing it again.
So you're on this Damon Jackson.
I like Damon.
He's minus 180.
It's a close. See, that's a good one. Damon's a great one to take.
Okay. Beautiful.
I'm
you
giving
heard
you guys
that?
a lot this week.
Is this Jim Miller? Is this his last fight?
I fucking hope so.
That scares me, though. 'Cause if this is a guy's last fight, hey, doesn't that scare you if it's a guy's last fight? It's
You obviously,
everything he's
you
got.
want to go out with, and because when it's your last fight.
But also it's kind of like, hey, is it my last fight? I'm gonna collect this check. I'm
Could
old
be.
as fuck. I can't fight that good anymore.
A lot of people win or lose. A lot of the time when they lose, though, if they win, they're like, I'll go one more. But a lot of the times when they're thinking about calling it, when they lose, that's when you'll see them take their gloves off in the octagon and they set them down. And that's their message. The announcer will come out and be like, so
It's
you're
done.
done.
It's done.
It's
Yeah.
done, Zini. Next one, Chris Weidman. This guy plus 102.
There's
Cuzzo,
another
talk to me
dog.
about it.
Okay, so Chris Weidman, OG, former champ, just an all-American. Like he just did a podcast. I think he was filming his new lawnmower, and he wanted to just talk about his lawnmower. Very tough guy. He's fighting a brute though. This one is a pick'em, so be careful with this one. He's fighting a barbaric, low IQ. Looks like
Low IQ.
just.
Will you say that to this guy's face?
No, Eric Anders is a beast, dude. He's a monster. He looks like he's a juggernaut. He can run through a wall. But I think Weidman has a higher IQ. They're both tough. Anders is big enough and strong enough to lay anyone out.
Can someone explain to me the point spread on this? Is that like takedowns and stuff?
No, so that's like if it's a decision. So round one, Jerdani, 29-28. Round two, 29-28, Marco. Split decision, boom, I win. Okay, well, I had plus points.
So you win then.
Yes. So that could be a good one for Chris Weidman if it goes to decision.
Because Chris
it's gonna go to
Weidman's
Chris.
plus 3.5 on the points.
So Chris, it would be good to take points
but
on.
takedowns, is that
No, that's just judging criteria.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Next one, a guy that is just the ground assassin. Talk to me about this guy, Bo Nickel minus 1,100. In
Bo,
this
the
fight.
no personality Nickel.
Okay.
That's correct.
So I had no idea that there's beef.
I will
Serious beef.
Let's just talk. Let's make sure we put in
I
quotations.
just heard the story.
Beef is very carefully said because it's no secret how mean of a man this guy is. He could break me in two with about maybe his pinky finger. But all I'm saying is if you buy someone dinner, they should probably say thank you.
Bo,
I bought him dinner. He never
You owe him
said
a
thank
thank
you.
you.
Not only that, and I'll double down on this. I hate his personality. It is like sandpaper.
getting a thank
It
you.
is not fun. There's
getting a thank
nothing
you.
marketable. Honestly, I mean this nicely. Nobody's watching the podcast he's doing. Promise you that. And if they are, it's all fake views. You can go buy it on China.com. You can buy those views
But-
on YouTube.
but that's
we
what it
already know
is.
there's a couple people doing that. But all I'm saying is,
He's
He's going crazy. He's going crazy right now.
I speak the truth.
Shots.
When I walk the street, people come up and say hi.
Yes,
No,
they do.
when people see Bo Nickel, they'll go say hi, but they say hi because they fear him, not because they like him.
Yeah. No. So I will say this. That's why he's such a great wrestler because like he's so one way. He has no personality. So of course he's going to be specially gifted at something because it's lacking in other
The
areas.
only thing that I like about him, he's an incredible family man.
Yes, he's an
And I
all-American.
will,
He is.
and I will back that. I will
Good.
tell you I hate you, but I will tell you you can't hate the family man he is. And
Okay.
I'll stand behind
That's
that.
fair.
So I think Bo Nickel's like wrestling records like 226 wins with 3 losses, and his 3 losses, 2 of them are to the same guy. So he's lost to like 2 people.
You know, this is where I hate UFC sometimes, though, right? I know this
It's
is your
wrestling,
sport.
is that why?
The wrestling is taken over. These guys
They're Hall
are
of
so
Famers.
good. But here, he's a minus 1,100.
I wouldn't take that.
Bo Nickel's minus 1,100.
Yes, I would never touch this line. The reason I'm bringing up Bo Nickel, because on your
tell us.
respective sports book, whoever you use for your sports book betting,
Fanatics.
but if you have one, I don't know if they do over and under for strikes yet, but if you can find Bo Nickel right now, there is lines that are offering plus 13.5 strikes. It's free money. My guys.
So you're saying
Take
you
the
want to take
over.
over his strikes, which
Yes.
is 13.5 to 14.5.
So, guys, I want you to understand this real quick.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to cut you
No,
off.
go
But
ahead.
he showed me before the show, and I never bet this bet
it
in my
3
whole
times.
life, okay? He shows me before the show those who are fighting before and after him on this specific night. I want you to think about numbers like 51, 48, 47, 53, 58. I mean, these are huge, huge numbers. And then to see 13.5.
The whole fight card is what Anthony's saying. I mean, every fighter on the card, even the women, are plus or like over or under 50 strikes, 40 strikes. He's at 13. You guys, Paul's tough enough to last at least a little bit, where if Bo's on top of him, he's going to get 13. I'm giving you that. That is free money. Parlay that with someone else, whoever you want.
That's like a picket, right? Like it's like minus 110.
No, it's just, do you think he's going to get
Yes or no?
yes or no?
Wow.
That's it.
Dude, I put
That means it's a picket.
That's
yeah,
it.
I have him in 3 parlays with that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The next one, a very highly anticipated fight. It is Charles versus Chandler. Talk to me.
Before we get to Charles, I want to give him one more dog.
Okay. Oh, one more dog.
One more dog.
Give it to him.
Jonathan Martinez, you guys. Now, Jonathan Martinez.
Another
This
dog.
guy is a plus 110. He's fighting Courtney McGee. Courtney McGee is the weirdest human I've ever seen. He looks crazy. He looks like he's 70. He's not. He's strangely great everywhere. But what I will say is Court McGee.
Got it.
Plus 110 for Martinez, huh?
Martinez is only the underdog, and he's a tough Mexican heart spirit because he just lost to Jose Aldo, who is like he's a future Hall of Famer. He is a past champion, and he just did not show up. I think he got nervous fighting Jose Aldo, like a co-main or main event. It was like his first biggest fight. So I think he has something to prove now. He made the adjustments and improvements. He got destroyed online. I think Jonathan Martinez is a solid lock for you guys, and he's another dog.
What's that pay?
Plus 110.
Wow, you're giving
Wow,
out. you're
plus
giving out
110.
3
dogs.
dogs and a Bo Nickel smack 'em.
So you're giving out 3 dogs, you're giving out a couple favorites, and you're giving out Bo Nickel. You're giving out a lot of picks right now.
I really
Yeah.
like that Martinez pick. I like your conviction in a plus 110 at that type of power.
I feel really good about that one. And
Do you feel good about that as you did Patty the Batty that one time?
No,
Okay.
Patty was like, I sat on that for 2 months, and I was pacing around my house like
Jerdani asked me to take a mortgage out of my house, which I don't have one, and he said, "I need you to go put 10 million on this." And I look back and I regret it because I could have had double.
I gotta tell
would've been a
you,
rich man.
I never bet. We don't really bet UFC. You know what I mean?
don't
Yeah.
ever take a mortgage on your house.
But
to
the
gamble.
thing is, when you mention that, and that gamble responsibly, and then that line just kept moving. That was
dropped
that
by
it was like 170,
That was a winner.
150, and he would send in the chat like we're in this. We have
I
this.
sent it for 2 months.
We have this group.
Yeah.
It's down to plus 105. It's down to 105.
No one replied to me. They were just like, fuck off. And I was like,
I was watching it though.
All right, you like that one? What's the next one? This Charles Oliveira.
That's
this is
correct.
the co-main. Everyone's watching it. Now, I saw Charles Oliveira 5 years ago during like COVID time in my friend's basement. I remember watching this Brazilian, and I was like, wow, he's like a slithering snake. This guy one day is going to be the greatest. He's going to be the champ. Years later, he still is. He is that good, and I will never bet against him. Brazilian, he might not have a chin when he gets tapped. He kind of falls back, but wakes right back up, or he lets you come into his guard. Chandler is a midget. He's like 5'6".
Whoa! I'm 5'8", cuz chill.
That's 5'6", though, man. And Chandler's been getting made fun of a lot, so he is going to come out fiery. For 2 years, he's been sitting and waiting for Conor or McGregor to come back, and it's just been he's an online joke, and he has been training.
That was going to be this fight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's in the best shape of his life. That being said, I'm going with Charles Oliveira.
The total rounds in this are a round and a
So
half.
are you
I
getting
would
this
take
in a
the
par?
over. I would. So Charles is still only a minus 245. I will add Charles to a parlay. I also like the round over 1.5. That's great, you guys. Chandler's tough. He'll endure. You never see Chandler get taken out early. Usually, He's a brawler unless he gets in a choke, but I don't think he's going to want to go on the ground with Charles, and Charles isn't going to knock him out right away.
So a little 1.5.
Over a round and a half and Charles money line.
Okay, I like that.
Beautiful. And last
but not least.
He
is my baby
Talk
blue.
about your boy Bones Jones.
Dude.
You love John Jones.
Dude, he loves me back. We DM every day. He's on the team. We text. I'm going to the fight live. I didn't even say that. You guys, I'll be there at 309. If you're in New York, if you're there, I'm there.
Say hi to him. He'll be on the floor in the friends and family section.
Yes, his manager's a good friend of mine, Abe. Shout out Abe. He hit me up. He's like, yo, we had like 100 tickets, but we just got the call from the UFC. We had to give up like half our tickets. Secret Service is taking 50. Just so you know, if you're going, Big Daddy T, Donald Trump is showing up.
Look at that. Sorry, we had to give 50 to the Secret Service.
Yeah, they called in for 50. They said, listen, whoever's in that 50, get him out of there.
Yeah.
Look at me. Hey, they're like, hey, John Jones, you are UFC, but
we don't care.
50 of your tickets are now Daddy Trump's.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
So President Trump's coming in, and I've seen it happen once when Sean O'Malley won his belt. And when I tell you guys, like, I didn't even know what was happening. I got like teary-eyed. I'm getting the chills across my body. This guy comes in, and it's like, it is bigger than a modern day gladiator. Like after Sean O'Malley came out, people were like, yeah, cool. Like you can't even come up next to him after that. Like his arena entrance is greater than any fighter that's ever been.
I have a question though. This guy he's fighting, this John Jones is fighting
Stipe
Miocic, right? Mm-hmm. Is that how you say it?
He's Serbian, I believe.
A lot of people are betting against him, and the odds aren't that crazy. John Jones is minus 600.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jones has defended his title 17 times. He is undefeated, arguably. His one loss was because he was beating up a guy so badly he used an illegal elbow and broke his face on top of him.
I think I knew that.
Did they take that off of his record?
They redacted it, so he is truly undefeated.
Thought so.
Yeah, Stipe's no slump. He is also like 22-3, 24-3.
And this is John's last fight, correct?
He said unless it's for the BMF title against Alex Pereira and the money's right from Dana, he'll do Alex Pereira.
But that money's got to listen. Dana's got to come up with the bag for that one.
30 to 50 mil.
That's what I'm saying. Like the UFC bag's got to really come out.
I don't think he'll ever pay that much.
That's not right though. Then
yeah, because
you got to get this. You got to come up.
No, but Dana
That's big time.
False on that
Dana
one.
Dana does love him.
Obsessed.
Yeah, he does. He
obsessed.
Dana goes to
He'll
war
do it for Jones.
with the media for
He'll
Jonesy.
do it for John.
I would like to see that.
He'll do it for John, and I think that the world would. He would do it.
If my daughter wasn't getting her tonsils out, I would have been in New York with you to see this.
I'll be
fight.
sitting alone, you guys. Just like.
You know what though? I
hope I win.
You might be sitting at the event alone, but you're not going to be alone in New York. You got cousins all over the place. They're going to be shouting your name, asking them for pictures, and wanting to hang out. You're going to have a ton to do. All right.
But Stipe,
what's your pick in this?
Obviously Jones. I love him, but my pick for this is over 2.5 rounds, you guys, because Stipe's tough. He's like 22-3, 24-3. He's never been submitted, never been knocked out. Jones is going to pick apart his food. I think he's going to take his time with this.
I don't know why.
He's going to slow down more.
I'm no UFC guy, but man, I love plus 450. I just love a 450 dog when nobody wants it.
A lot of people are saying that Stipe's no
it's
joke.
got great value.
I'm not. Listen, I don't bet UFC, but I'm just talking like instead of taking a minus 600, I could take a plus 450.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had the line at it used to be John Jones versus Stipe over a round and a half. I actually got lucky 2 weeks ago. I got it at over a round and a half. I don't know if 2.5 will hit. I still think it could. They're both very tough. They've never been finished, so I would take the over 2.5. But I got it at 1.5. I'm not touching the money line, obviously, because there's no value in it.
If there was anything if you were going to say, hey, I'm building a parlay, would you leave off this over 2.5 rounds in John Jones, or would you include that in your parlay?
For a Hail Mary one, I would add it. But yeah, for like your real money, leave it out.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fight. Enjoy the main event. I like to win my money in the prelims and the main card early ones, and I like to enjoy the co-main.
But you also like to watch
That's fair.
entrances and
I see
energies.
their energy when I walk out. I'll live bet when I'm home because I see how their eyes come out. I see them at weigh-ins if they were drained. I'll even look at their song and I'm like, fucking dumb song. Fuck this guy. And
I will tell you, the first UFC bet I ever made, I was at his house. This was John Bones over 2 years ago, and
I remember this.
They were like,
Cyril Gaines.
he hasn't fought forever. Who knows what he's gonna do? And honestly, he's walking out of the back,
cracked him,
and he literally looks into the camera and he sticks his tongue out and he does like this 3-punch combo. And I swear to God, I look at him and I'm like, I got to fire up the phone for that right now.
Live
He's about to
betting
whoop
works.
this dude's ass.
You know live.
I think that means a lot when you see the way a guy carries himself when he walks out. But Cousin, UFC 309 is going to be lights out. I can't wait to see it. There's some really good fights on here.
Thanks for having me, you guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. We're happy to have
Absolutely,
you.
buddy.
All right, time for some football. NFL has begun. Ravens outlasted the Bengals 35-34. I hated the decision to go for 2 there. I didn't agree with it. I felt as if the Bengals offense was playing better than the Ravens offense. And I know they were going back and forth, but I feel like the Bengals would have won that game if they didn't go for 2. Do you have feelings on that?
I mean, listen, I nothing you said was wrong for the sole fact that Burrow and Chase combined for near 700 yards in this game combined between the two, which is insane. And honestly, Cousin, the Bengals, maybe they were going for the kill shot because they're 4-6. I mean, it's safe to say they
were 4-5.
They got to be done, right?
Season's not over. We'll get into it. Next one, Vikings ugly win over the Jags. I told you guys I love the Jags to cover. They covered.
Yes, sir.
Because I did go. All these people like to talk about. Oh, you lost the money line on the Chiefs, and this is me. Wow. Yeah, I lost the blocked field goal at the end of a game on a plus 300. I'm so sorry. Like, it's crazy. Against the spread, if you bet smart money 4-2 last week, and if you took the Saints, because I said I like coaches that get fired, they covered as well. They won outright, actually. Sorry, Cuzzy.
Which game?
The Saints game.
I didn't take the Falcons, but I needed them for that future.
But the Vikings don't look pretty right now. They're 7-2, but they're not a pretty 7-2. Something's missing right now.
So you're not saying you don't think they're a championship caliber 7-2?
Not right now.
Okay, that's fair. I would agree with you. I'm not sure they found their full identity as a team thus far, especially that win over the Jags was not convincing at all. They looked horrible.
Agreed.
Next game, Steelers improved to 7-2 with a major 28-27 win in Washington. Daniels comes back down to earth, 200 in this game, no passing touchdowns. But the real question here is, are you buying or selling this Steelers team?
No feelings.
Nothing at all.
They won the game for me. I liked it. Like, betting the Steelers is not fun, and they won, but no feelings. 49ers, they won. Not the way you thought they were going to win, though. Am I right?
Not the way I thought they were going to win. No, not the way I thought they were going to win. The team is overall, with the amount of superstars that they have, they're not showing me enough.
Falcons take a bad L against the Saints. We talked about it. I don't know. Do you like the new coach that the Saints have?
I love the new coach. Here's why I love the new coach. Out of all the coaches I've seen in that interim position in the middle of the season where the guy gets fired, I've never seen a coach come in with that level of confidence in his first ever game. This guy was out there. He had the laminated sheet.
Didn't somebody say he clogged a toilet and he thought it was going to be a shitty day?
Bro, this guy had the laminated sheet covering his mouth. He's like, yeah, I'm on primetime right now. Watch me do this shit. I love it. I love it. I like that kind of confidence.
Colts fall to the Bills. I genuinely believed in the Colts a lot last week. 3 interceptions, a fumble, I think, too. It was such a bad game for Joe Flacco that it got him benched. I don't know. You know what's crazy is they should have put Richardson in that game when it was close.
Now I believe that they're going to allow Flacco to start again this week.
Wait, no, Richardson's in, right?
Are you sure? As of yesterday, I saw Flacco was going to remain the starter.
Yeah, it changed as of Wednesday. So Richardson's expected to start rest of the season. So yeah, Wednesday afternoon came out. Yeah,
buddy, I look into my games.
Season?
Yeah,
buddy, that's crazy though, because yesterday they said Flacco was the starter.
They did. You're not. Yeah.
Yesterday they said Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback, and I said, what the hell are they doing?
Your cousin just studies all day before the show.
In these last 2 games, Flacco
leave the
was
stats
not
to
very
Danny.
productive.
Leave the stats to the bones.
Sorry, Danny.
All right, next one. Bears. They're a minus, or they're plus 6.5. Or no, I'm sorry. We're talking Bears against the New England Patriots. They were a 6.5 point favorite and they lost outright. And y'all know what I say about 6.5. I should have taken it because I liked it.
Told the story again?
I'm a Bear. I looked at you. I said, the Bears, this is the type of game they can
Told
lose.
the story again. Listen, they fire the OC, though, after scoring 3 points. Thomas Brown will now be calling plays for the Bears. Do you know anything about this? Do you like this? Do you not like this? Me personally, I like it.
I don't have enough to give you if I like it or not. Danny, do you have any feelings there?
Nah, not overly confident, but yeah, I'm with you. Probably no big feelings.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Assistant head coach, though, for 3 seasons with the Rams and including 2020, 21,
Well, I
22.
hope he sucked all the McVay out of his brain he could.
He might have sucked a lot of McVay out as the assistant head coach and as their running backs coach. Spent the year as the pass game coordinator for the Bears. And like I always do tell you guys, there are some staffs that have a pass game coordinator that sits there chomping at the bit and says,
Let me do it.
I think I would change a couple things, about that or the way that looks, or maybe send some more.
Well, now
guys
he's got
in
his
motion.
chance.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Schedule
to
is
see him
brutal.
play.
So
All right.
Yep.
Next one, Chargers. They're 6-3, but I looked at who the Chargers have beaten, and it's not impressive. I saw a cool video that a guy did. I should have given him a shout out on his page because he gave some really cool info, and I saw it too. But he did a nice video about how the Chargers, who they've won against, is like the least impressive wins you'd ever imagine.
And that's probably why they're
Do you
flying
have
under the
stats
radar.
on that?
I mean, no, not in front of me right now. But I tell you what, the Chargers. A lot of people think they're automatically be in because of all these wins have piled up. But they have some solid competition coming up. Of course, Sunday night against the Bengals at home. They still have to play the Chiefs. They get to host the Broncos because they did win at Denver earlier in the year. But there is a possibility where the Chargers could sweat it out late in the season. They're far from a lock to get a wild card. They're going to have to get some big wins. We'll
Chargers
see.
are that potential wild
They
card
are.
team, though, that lines up and runs the ball
Correct.
27 times in a row.
It makes
at
it a
you.
miserable game.
Yeah.
And they might play the Texans, who've been vulnerable against the run, if that's a potential matchup.
Wouldn't that be fun? Jets embarrassed by the Cardinals. Let's just talk about my Jets that I bet. When it's just unreal. Right when I think they're going to get on a roll, they suck. It drives me nuts because I really do like Aaron Rodgers, and they just don't have it. I don't get it.
They just don't have it. And the funniest part is Robert Saleh is somewhere right now giggling about the fact that they still suck after he got fired and that he's just absolutely rolling into Chicago as a 6.5-point favorite on the Packers staff right now. Could give 2 shits. He's in the best position possible. I can't say enough about how disappointing the Jets truthfully are, but Cousin, I think that the question remains, is A-Rod done? I mean, is the A-Rod that we once knew, is he out of commission?
I don't know. I can't even answer that.
That breaks me. I love that man.
It
It was
hurt-
the ayahuasca.
It hurts my childhood, I'll tell you that. Next one, we don't even need to talk about this. Eagles destroyed the Cowboys. The Cowboys need to fire everybody, restart, and I know it hurts Jerry because he's old, but buddy, it's time. It's time. I'm skipping that because it's time, right?
Okay, yeah. I mean, as long as you feel that it's time for a rebuild in Dallas, then it's time for a rebuild.
Buddy, it's not such time for a rebuild. It's time for him to go enjoy the billions of dollars.
Oh, you're
And
talking about Jerry.
Let his son do it. Everything.
I got to tell you, Jerry's going to die as the owner. And I say that respectfully. He will. He has his heart, soul, and passion into the Dallas Cowboys. If he didn't, he would have ran away with that $5 billion a long time ago. Cousin, we were watching the game together, you and I.
Yeah, we were.
We were on our feet for this Chiefs-Broncos. Plus 10 easy cover, by the way. Beautiful call, and I rode that with you.
It wasn't easy. Cover.
And I rode the ML with you, cuz. And man, it just looked like it was all but over.
Dude,
I mean, a chip shot for Denver.
A literal an extra point to beat the Chiefs, and it gets blocked. It's like I have a friend of mine. Her name's Marissa. Marissa texts me every time the Chiefs win. She's like, I don't know why you always bet against them. I don't get it. And then she texted me this week. She said, man, talk about weird.
It's like they can't lose. It really is. It's like, hey, they're about to lose. Anybody else in this situation?
It's over.
It's done.
They did an ad for Pfizer. It's Taylor Swift and Kelsey. They're not going to let them lose, you guys.
They need to lose. But all I'm saying is it hurts my heart the way that it happened, and it's important. It hurts. It hurts. You ever just lose every week to the same team and it hurts? I'm getting insulted about it. But everyone forgets the Chiefs haven't covered in 3 straight games. And I've won against the Chiefs 3 straight weeks. I've won $100,000 3 straight weeks. 100 betting against the Chiefs on the spread. So you guys could talk trash and stuff, but I'm making a lot of money betting against the Chiefs. Just I wanted to get the home run money. The home run money was an extra.
It was there.
It was there, and I won't lie.
And anybody who's clowning Chiefs won.
I need to be transparent. I had 100,000 on the money line, and I lost that, but I broke even there. But I really liked it.
No, but I'm saying you can't listen. I gotta finally say something. You can't Monday morning quarterback these games in the DM. I got to ask you guys to stop doing that. It's like if you thought that would have happened, then you could go out and give free information if you want. But if you're going to clown the fact that Denver got a 35-yard
kick blocked to not win,
then come on. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
Not only that, I think back. The Ravens scored to tie the game, and there was 1 inch of the foot out of bounds. It's like crazy.
I know, the toe tap.
Do you like that? Do you like that rule, by the way? Like, I feel like
I like that rule.
Okay,
that's the rule. Period.
It has to
End
be.
of story.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about these games.
Wait, Lions scored 20 in the second half.
I won on that because Gianni.
You did. You bet. You tailed Gianni.
Yeah. I bet the live Lions also. The comeback was wild. Goff throws 5 picks in this game. Does this game show that Detroit, no matter how bad they play, are destined for the bowl?
Somebody wrote a funny tweet. Jared off, not Goff, off. Jared off with 5 interceptions. And it was like kind of a low-key funny, but it doesn't matter if you throw 10 interceptions. If you win the game, you won the game.
That's what I mean. So as a team, battling adversity when your Q throws 5, I mean, you can't play worse than 5 INT. You know?
No, you can't. But they won. Nothing to talk about.
They won.
Next.
Rams lose a costly game, and I've been honestly waiting to get your opinion on this. They're now 4-5, which, by the way, doesn't make them done.
No, I know that.
But do you see the value in plus 450 for them to make the playoffs? This is a minus 700 for the no.
I don't hate it. I don't bet this type of stuff, but I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either, honestly. 450 on a team that has 5 losses and a team that has a really good coach and a QB with some weapons. I mean, I don't hate it either, bro.
I don't hate it, but we're going to talk games. I want to give picks.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready?
Going.
Commanders at the Eagles. Eagles are minus 3.5. I am taking the Eagles on the money line. How's that for a pick? I don't even need to give you stats. Danny, give me your best 2 stats from this game.
Sure. Sirianni is 5-1 straight up against the Commanders. He's also 3-1 against the spread versus rookie quarterbacks, which is Daniels. And he's 4-0 straight up against rookie quarterbacks, to his point with the Eagles for Marco.
That's too many. That's good. That's it. I like it. What do you like?
Cuzzies, I'm going to pull out a little Pecorino Romano tomorrow night, Thursday. I'm going to just dust it off a little bit. Barkley 80 rushing in that game. I don't love it, but I'm going to go Barkley 80 in primetime, throw a little Pecorino Romano.
I'm giving one last stat. Philly has won its last 8 out of 10 versus NFC East at home, 15 of their last 20. I'll take minus 180 at home, no problem. Thank you very much. I haven't lost a Thursday night game in a long time, so I could be cursing myself. I'll knock on some wood. But I like it. I'm gonna ride it. Okay.
Beautiful.
Next game, Ravens at the Steelers. You have a pick?
Yeah, I'm going Russell Wilson 215 in this game. Russell Wilson over 215. I got to tell you, he's outplaying my expectations. I was bumming him around for the last 6 weeks before he played. He's balling. I can't even lie. Russell Wilson 215.
Any stats?
Yeah,
here,
one stat. Some of it's already up to 3.5. Pittsburgh at home. The Dogs in this series 10-1-1 against the spread the last 12 matchups, and the Dogs actually won 9 of 12 outright.
The Dog has won 9 out of the last 12. Cool. I'll be taking the Ravens minus 175.
I like them too.
I'm going against the Bones stats.
Some are knocking on you.
And if you don't like it, shove it. Next. Nobody's watching you. They're watching me. Okay. Too far. I'm sorry.
Cousin, by the way, I have a lot of emotional investment in this game. I need the Ravens to win for that parlay that I have.
Buddy, I like it a lot, and people are going to be just... Hey,
how much do you like it?
I like it so much that if this game was at Baltimore, they'd be minus 6.
Guess what?
What?
I'm taking the Ravens with you.
Cool, take it.
You're taking them on the money line?
Yeah.
Minus 175?
I want it, yeah.
Guys, I need the Ravens to win the division. I'm going to ride that part,
I'm in
too.
it then, too.
This game's big
Done.
for me.
Right. We're all on it.
We're all in it.
Yep.
All right, next one, Packers at the Bears. This hurts for me to say. Green Bay as a favorite is 18-2 straight up versus Chicago in the last 20. They're 16-4 against the spread in the last 20 games against Chicago. When I tell you that Green Bay owns Chicago, that we should just have cheese being sold outside the stadium. I'll give you another one. Green Bay is also 5-0 against the spread in its last 5 games when playing on the road against Chicago. No matter how you look at it, it gets worse and worse. I'll be taking the Bears plus 7.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting.
Let's go.
Plus 7's good.
I'm taking plus 7 on the Bears. I'm buying a point. It's actually 6.5 in some books, but I'm buying whatever it is. I have 7. I think with the fire of the offensive coordinator, we're going to be able to score some points. What I can see happening is the Bears go up early and then blow the game and lose. That's what I can see happening.
That sounds very Bears-esque.
It does.
What do you think, Danny?
I think you summed it up. I mean, they've been owned, but I think
Bears fans will show up for this game.
Yeah.
And they're going to be loud, and they're going to be drunk, and they're going to be ready. I just think the Bears need to cover at least, if they get blown out, I think that everybody gets fired.
You don't want to go to this game?
I don't want to go to this game.
Okay.
I have no interest.
Are the
That's
Bears
fair.
your guys' team?
I am. We're home.
Yeah, I mean, like that's your.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
no, I
grew
get
up
it.
here.
But we don't.
that's why I
But
was-
we also, with that being said, we don't sit up here delusional and act like
right.
you know,
No.
not going to get smoked every time they take
People
the
make
field.
fun of me. You take the Bears a lot. I'm like, I didn't bet the Bears last week.
Okay.
But I mean, I am a Bear fan, so you could take that pick with a grain of salt, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I think plus 7 it's a divisional game. I got to take it. So, all right, next one. Jags at the Lions. This is one game I did absolutely no research on. I didn't even want to look into it because is Mac Jones starting?
he's expected to. And by the numbers, the Jags.
Tell me Mac Jones doesn't
Yeah,
look like that kid that I
does.
collected Pokemon cards, okay? He was the kid when I showed up at the Pokemon party.
That monster.
I bullied that kid.
The Pokemon party?
Look at me. Like, I know he was playing with, Venusaur, and I was like, you're a dork.
Give me your Charizard now.
And he almost won the Heisman. It's crazy.
How you hate on
Devontae
Venusaur?
Smith
He
won it the year.
almost won the Heisman because of Devontae Smith.
And Najee Harris in the
Yeah,
backfield.
OG
They were
top 3
loaded.
Pokemon,
It's
right?
amazing.
Nobody in the
he got
Pokemon
votes.
world is safe.
Okay, give me some stats on this
Yeah,
game, Danny.
the Jags have lost 10 straight against the NFC North. Big number.
Mac Jones,
But,
he
you know.
should be doing the McDonald's drive-through headset and all. Mac Jones is horrible. He came in, he gave that game away last week.
He did.
He
I
did.
watched
He was
it.
like, "Oh, I'm going to give it away. It's okay.
Yeah,
you can
he
have
did.
it."
He did. He did score the first touchdown, though, which is crazy.
He did.
But Jacksonville's lost 10 straight versus the NFC North, you said?
Yes.
10 straight.
And 15 of 16, if you want to go back farther.
Man, this poor guy,
bad.
he can't buy a
How
win
about the
against
line
them.
in this game? It's a collegiate line.
It is.
13.
It's done. It's a massacre.
13. They're minus 750, or you could take the Jags plus 525. I don't. Never. I'm not taking it. I almost want to because it's such a big line, but I can't. All right, next one. Rams at the Patriots. The Patriots are plus 5, or you could take the Rams minus 218. Danny, give me 2 stats on this.
Yes, the Rams have failed to cover in 8 of their last 9 against the AFC East. They've actually lost 8 of 9. And good nugget here, the total has gone under in 4 of the last 5 for the Rams.
The Rams have failed to cover in 8 of the last 9 versus the AFC East. And I'll be taking the Rams minus 3 on the alt.
There you
so
go.
that's going to
No,
pay.
Cuzzy, just take the ML.
Yeah, they're not losing
ML?
twice.
I'm asking you just to take the ML. 'cause
Minus
it's minus
218?
200. Yeah, just take it.
Okay, I'll take the ML. That's fine. I'll take the ML.
You're
That's
gonna
fine.
pay 40 extra points for the ML. It's just worth it at that point.
No, it's minus 145 for the minus 3.
It is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do whatever you want.
Rams minus 3, minus 145 on the alt.
Okay.
And I'll take the ML too, just because you told me to.
All right.
There you go.
You're not hard to convince.
You got it, Cuzzy.
I kind of like the Rams, but I'm not going to take it.
Okay.
It scares me.
Rams have to win, by the way. So
They
I'm
do.
definitely taking them on the ML.
It scares
And I'm
me.
taking the minus 3.
I don't like West Coast teams starting at noon
I know.
on the East Coast.
That was the one thing I have to say is that it's going to be a 6-hour flight to New England. That is going to play a factor, but the Rams
not to mention
have their
when
back
they
against
land,
the
it's
wall.
then an hour drive to the hotel.
Yep.
Or, I'm
sure
sorry,
is.
it's an hour drive to the stadium then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Body's just a little more stiff.
Sounds miserable. All right, next one. Browns at the Saints. I don't have a pick here, but I do want a couple stats. Bones, give me some stats.
Yeah, Saints 1-9 against the spread at home versus the AFC North. That's no bueno. And the Browns are 7-3 against the spread on the road against the NFC South. And maybe it's a Jameis revenge game. People like to use that term. We'll see. Saints are laying a point. But the trends and the history shows the Saints have been scuffling against that tough AFC North.
I have no pick.
Winston, 225 in the Dome. Played 1 million games in Tampa, which means played 1 million games against the
revenge
Saints.
I like this narrative.
I'm taking Winston, 225 in the Dome. He's going to let that bitch fly. He's going to say some dumbass shit in the huddle before the game starts.
We gonna beat the W. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you put a gun to my head, I'd probably take Jameis Winston. I'd probably take the Browns in that game for Jameis. But okay, next one, Colts at the Jets. I'm not allowed to talk about Jets games anymore. I had someone actually ask me. They said, "Marco, I love you. I love everything you do. I love everything you are. But if you talk about the Jets one more time, I might have to stop watching." And I don't want to lose fans, so I'm not talking about the Jets no more.
Okay.
Hey, that's big of him, though. Hey, appreciate that.
That's
Be
fair.
nice. Be nice.
That was very nice of you.
Jets have cost.
See how you
Very
guys
nice.
get? You guys get real hostile. We're not hostile guys.
Jets cost me $500,000.
We're
Trust me.
not
I wanna
looking to
get-
argue.
I want to get hostile.
But, Cuzzy, you know what? I'm going to be the sacrificial lamb for you. I'm going to take the Jets on the money line this week. Jets on the money line at home. I got news for you. The Jets might not make it out of there alive in East Rutherford if they don't win this game versus the shitty Colts. And with that being said, I'm going to take Rodgers 225 because I do think if the Jets are going to win, Rodgers is going to sling it.
How do you feel about this, Marco?
No, I'm actually, my attorney said do not comment on the Jets anymore.
Okay.
He has
no comment.
Next one, Vikings at the Titans. This is a weird game, if you ask me. I want you to be very careful here. Danny, I want some stats.
Yeah, the Vikings 16-4 straight up in their last 20 as road favorites. Wow. Only 11-7 and 2 against the spread, so not too shabby. But this one is a little dangerous. The Titans against the spread as a home dog, 11-8-1. So, not dominant here. We've seen the total go over in Tennessee's 5 of the last 7 games. They got that garbage touchdown late against the Chargers. Ridley had 2 touchdowns. So, but not many points expected in this one.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, 39.5.
Do you have a pick in this game yet?
Honestly,
Go Vikings.
buddy, I'm telling you something right now. I want to take the Vikings so
Go Vikings.
bad.
Yeah, I can't.
It's just that I know. Listen, I think they benched Rudolph again, right? So now it's Levis again.
Yes. Yeah.
We're gonna trade back to. We're gonna go back to Levis for the 12th time. I just know that Flores, as I tell you guys every week, he's bringing absolute supreme heat, 74% blitz, and Levis, when he sees blitz, he sees ghosts.
He just throws the ball.
So I'm going to let you guys know, as of right now, I'm going to lay off. It's a 6-point line, but I may take the Vikings by Sunday. It's really hard for me not to.
A win there would give them the sweep for the season against the AFC South. They're 3-0 right now. So stacking wins, not impressive.
All right.
Not impressive.
Well, it sounds
but-
like we're not there. So next one, Raiders at the Dolphins. Dolphins are alive again. Be careful. MIA's not going to be MIA any longer. They're -7.5 or they're -395. I think Miami on the ML here is an absolute easy win, but I don't bet -400s. So
Yeah.
I'll just be staying off this game. I got no feelings on it. Las Vegas on the road, straight up against the AFC East. Am I reading this right?
Yeah. Bad.
3-17.
Yeah, that's stinky.
Wow.
Gardner Minshew starting in this one, so
Wow.
we'll see.
Oh, wow. That's like the same thing that the Raiders are doing is the same thing the Titans are doing.
Yeah.
One bum after the next in that QB.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bum number 1, you're up. Bum number 2, you're up next.
Get 'em.
All right. Next one, Falcons at the Broncos. I'm not even going to get into this with you. I'm on the Broncos money line here. I think they're going to get the win. I'm sorry, Ant. I know. Look at, I hurt my friend. Go ahead. Take the Falcons for me. I'm asking you to take the Falcons for me.
I'm on the Dirty Birds +3.5. There's a chance you and I can both win this game. I really do think, and maybe we could play this back. That would be special. I really do. As I pick this pick today, 3.5 for the Falcons.
Okay.
They're a 2.5-point line.
Yes.
I like them at 3.5 because I really swear to God, I believe that Denver wins on a last-second field goal. The
like
same opportunity that they had last week, a field goal, could be the same opportunity I think they have this week, and they do punch it through.
Wow. I like when we're opposite. It's healthy for the show.
It is.
I agree.
All right. Wow. Atlanta straight up is 4-1 over the last 5 games when playing Denver.
I'm telling you, we could both win this game.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that.
All right.
Next
three and a
one,
hook.
Seahawks. At the Niners, the line's 6.5. You already know what that means. I'm taking Eugenio Smith plus 6.5. I'm going to actually, Edgar, put the little square up with what I'm taking. I'm buying a half point, taking plus 7. Seattle plus 7. I'm taking it. Give me some stats, though. I need some stats
Wow,
on this.
he's going Eugenio.
Purdy is 5-0 against Seattle, including a playoff win, so he has had their number. But at home, the Niners are only 9-10-1 against the spread against the NFC West. So, and Seattle, straight up on the road, their last 5, they're 4-1. So they've been sneaky, run that chicken coop. This could be a sneaky game, like you mentioned, to get that
I
point.
like Seattle plus 7 here.
That's a lot of points.
I know
Divisional game.
you're a San Fran guy.
From the Bay.
Yeah, you're
You like
from
the Bears
Bay.
getting a touchdown, and this is another divisional matchup.
I don't know how you came out of the Bay.
Why?
Because, like, you're just so normal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they're freaks. They're goons and goblins.
I don't know how you came out of there. Do you have a pick in this game, Ant?
I want to take McCaffrey rushing yards. I really do. I want to take him over 60. I'm going to hold off. I will let you guys know for the sole fact that today he was limited in practice, so I want to see how many rushes he gets. I really don't think I'm going to be able to pull the trigger on it. I'm not sure he's just
Kick the next
Right
game
now.
off for me.
Next game, I would love to kick off for you, baby. It's the Chiefs at the Bills. It's a potential AFC championship matchup. It's a matchup we've seen so many times. It's Pat Mahomes versus Josh Allen, 15 versus 17. Bills Mafia is going to be out there ready to go. Who you got?
Oh, that was beautiful.
I don't think it's a secret.
That's how I had to build it up.
They gotta lose one.
Go Buffalo!
They gotta lose one.
Oh,
If they don't- I'm terrified. If they don't lose this game, they might go undefeated.
we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
If they don't, if I need Josh Allen to move his big ass around and run around and do that weird thing where he just dives head first and dives in,
do the Chris Collinsworth. Do it.
here's a guy that just shows up every week, ready to put his body on the line to get the win. And then let me tell you something. When Patrick Mahomes does something, though. I don't know how many times I need to say it. This guy's special. We're blessed to see the greatness. That's all
Nobody
I gotta
loves
say.
Mahomes more than him.
Did you see Taylor's outfit today? I gotta say, she's beautiful. Respectfully,
Respectfully.
I'm on the Bills money line here. They're minus 130.
How are
The
they
whole
the favorite?
The whole country's gonna be on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I think the NFL needs the Chiefs to lose because people are starting to get mad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're saying it's rigged. They're saying it.
Love where your head's at here. I'm going to also be taking the Bills on the money line in this game.
You know what?
It's an absolute must.
Put me down for at least 260,000 to win 200,000 on the Bills money line.
Whoa. Bills, and more Bills. 260,000 worth of Bills, in fact.
Anybody that's followed me knows when I put 200,000 on something, I love it.
You want something good? This is the 5th matchup since 1970. We have 8+ win teams facing off before Week 12. So that's the 5th. This is the 5th. The prior 4, all the home teams won.
Is this a 325 game?
It is.
God, I wish this was a night game.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm a favorite, but I feel like a dog. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
All right, next
Bills.
game, Bengals at the Chargers. I didn't have a pick on this, but I do now.
Bengals.
I am taking the Bengals plus 3.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you why. I don't think their season's over. And I think if they get a win here, I think they can go on a little bit of a run here. And I think they're going to get a win. I don't think a Chargers loss here kills them at all. I think I'm taking the Bengals plus 3.
That's fair. I'm going to be laying off this game only because the Bengals, as you mentioned, their back is against the wall. And if they are going to win a game, it's going to be a game like this against the Chargers.
Danny gave me a stat too.
Yeah.
Cincinnati against the spread is 8-2 as a road dog.
Yep. And the
Wow, I
Chargers,
see that.
Yeah, Chargers at home versus the AFC North in their last 20. 4-16 against the spread.
And you're taking the Bengals plus 3.
Yep.
Plus
That's what he
3.
likes
That
to-
looks really nice.
Plus 3.
That looks really nice.
Would you buy a point?
I bought a 1.5. Okay. Well, I saw it at 2, but I'm buying a 1.5 essentially, and I'm paying the juice because I want that field goal just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind risk putting more money up to get some points. I've never been that way.
I never knew
That's
this
fair.
said your name.
Yeah, it does.
It's sick.
Yeah, fun.
That's Sunday night.
Anthony,
Yeah.
you could take the next game. I got no feelings on this.
Next game, it should be the battle for Texas, but it isn't. It's the Texans at the Cowboys. Cowboys getting 7.5 in this game. Danny, drop that stat.
Yeah, Dallas, I mean, I'm not loving them, but if you want to get a reason for them, as home dogs, well, this is a bad reason. As home dogs, they've lost 3 straight and 4 of 5. They've been scuffling. Are you going to look forward to Thanksgiving? Potentially, guys. We might have Drew Lock and the Giants against Cooper Rush and the Cowboys in the middle of the day.
Oh, my God. What time is that game?
That's
I'll
the
have
three-
my family
that's the
schedule
three-
dinner.
That's the
I'll be
3:30 game.
Yeah.
Hey, that's 3:30. Make sure that food's ready at 3:30.
Look away, kids. Yeah.
From 3:30 to 6:30, you're off.
Literally.
I'll tell you what. Last week, the only prop that I lost was Barkley 80. It's because he had 66 and they benched him way before the third even got going because
Cooper
they
kept
blew
fumbling.
the doors off of him. But I'm going to go ahead and torture myself again this week. I'm going to take Mixon 70+ in this game. And I told you guys when the season started, Joe Mixon is the truth. The Bengals miss him dearly. He is a Swiss Army knife. He runs the ball, catches the ball. He's elusive. He's nasty. It's Mixon 70.
I'm ready to give the parlay
Give it
for the
to
show.
us.
Oh, here we go.
All right, here we go. This is the parlay. Oh, I got to add one more team because I said I'm adding the college game, and I didn't plug it in yet.
Okay.
Taking it with you.
All right, you're doing it with me?
Yep. Oh, wow. Let's do it.
I feel pressure.
No, I feel good about
He feels good.
I feel
it.
pressure.
I feel good about this.
All right, this parlay pays 75 to 1. Are you ready? Eagles, money line. Ravens, money line. Bills, money line. Broncos, money line. Bears and Seahawks, +7. Bengals, +3. And Kansas, NCAA football, +3. That pays 75 to 1. Do you understand? You can get 75 to 1 on that. It's an 8-pick. You guys are talking trash. Hey, he hasn't hit shit. Well, I just put an 8-pick out there. I'm taking all those games individually as well. All 8 with 200,000, 260 to win 200 on the Bills against the Chiefs.
You just made history.
What?
You never, ever added a collegiate game in the end of the show par, ever. And we
You don't
got
have to
Kansas
add
in
that,
it.
by the way. It's optional.
But listen, I kind of like it.
It's optional. I love you. It's been an absolute pleasure. Say bye, Cuzzy.
See you guys.
Bye. All right. Love you guys. See you until next time.